Did you know you can take your personal vehicle all the way in the back? Actually, it's better if you use a bike because it can get through the little yellow cones right here. But if you have a car, you can go around. But yeah, did you know you can take it all the way inside the bunker, like all the way up to the screens, right in front of the soda machines? Buy yourself a Coke, fill up your health, and then go buy supplies or start your cell mission. Did you know that? If you didn't know, now you know, which means new information, which means you should like and subscribe to this video and to this channel, and maybe even leave a nice little comment so we can become friends. Now, if you already knew, you should still like and subscribe just because you want to be nice to me and we can still be friends. All right, and stick around. Maybe you will learn something new in this video. All right, and in which case, let's get started. All right, let's go. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so like I always do, right? For all my gods, the first thing we're gonna talk about is location. My preference is the Chumash, which is all the way to the left, right? When it comes to the bunker, let's go up. Don't go to Paleto Bay. I like Chumash, right? All the way to the left. Yeah, Paleto Bay, that's the hood. We don't want to be there. This is it right here. That's my favorite one. It's right there on the highway. It's all the way on the left side. It makes it easier to sell the missions that I actually like to sell. Now, technically, these three that are right next to each other are actually not bad decisions. These are actually great locations. And the one on the right-hand side, the one at the bottom right there, is also a pretty good one. Technically, all five of these, or actually, you can even throw the one that's right next to the military base. You can throw that in there too, but why would I grab that one when I can have Chumash? And because I'm always selling in Los Santos, this one is the better decision, right? It's an easier sell, shorter distance, and I'm able to avoid getting griefed all the time, okay? So that's it. That's it for location. I really don't want to spend too much time on it because, honestly, it's really that simple. I prefer Chumash. It's an easier sell. I only sell 2 missions when it comes to the bunker. And Chumash makes it easier for me to do that. And majority of the time, I don't even need to use Ghost Organization. I can just sell in a full lobby and get the bonus and not have to worry about getting grief because, to be honest, by the time, the message goes out that I'm actually selling before people can come after me, I'm already done, right? If I'm just using one vehicle. But because, I like to make it a little bit more challenging, I do 2 vehicles. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, all right, so now for the best part, which is the money part, the first thing we're gonna talk about is one of the new features is with the bunker. This is mostly for new players, noobs that are not done with their bunker research. Okay, you can call Agent 14 and request a bunker research mission. Okay, now the reason why I'm doing this first is because when the mission is you go and you kill a robot juggernaut with a big old minigun, right? And now they'll throw them in random areas of the map depending on where you're located or whatever. But when you're done killing him, you have to grab something off the ground, off of him, and drive to the bunker. So if you're gonna go to your bunker, you might as well do this first, which speeds up the process of doing your bunker research. Okay, so I would say do this first. Now there are 2 ways, well, not 2 ways, but multiple ways to do this. You can walk up to the juggernaut with a bunch of cops around him, or drive up. It's up to you. You can do it this way, where you just use BST, a whole lot of armor, and hope he doesn't tear you to shreds, right? Or do this. I find this to be more effective and also more fun, to just use a jet. Now, if you don't own a jet, you can go steal one, which I'm probably going to make a video and show you guys how to steal a jet because, that's just the type of guy I am, right? But yeah, I find this to be easier because by dive bombing, it's so much easier. Because if you're just going to use regular ammunition, regular guns on him, it's going to take you a while to kill him. Now, this was my first time doing this right here on this little bridge here, so I had a little hard time locating him, to be honest. But then once I realized where he was, it became very easy to just like really just dive because he was right there at the end of the bridge. So it became easier. So now you can see his health goes down really, really. So if you're a good pilot, if you're a good dive bomber, this you can easily just kill the Juggernaut like this, and it doesn't have to be this particular mission or this location, anywhere, right? So he's almost done. Now when you're done killing him, you can just jump out, right? Like I said, if you don't own a laser or a Hydra, you can just steal one from the military base. If you guys want me to show you a video on how to actually go steal one, go ahead and leave it in the comments or whatnot. Now, this was one of my proudest moments right here, is actually landing with the parachute on the bridge. Okay, that's a great landing. All right, you guys can't even lie. Go ahead and give it a like. Give the video a like, man. You know this was good. This was good. All right. So anyway, we grab it. Now, remember I said if you run up to him, you might want to use Bull Shark, right? BST, because you know you're gonna take a lot of damage. Well, after you actually jump out, I suggest you use BST because you are gonna take a lot of damage from helicopters. Like the cops are still like in the area, right? So it helps you survive, you know, this part. And then you can just call your personal vehicle and you drive to your, or fly, whatever, to the bunker, right? You have to take it back to the bunker anyway. So that's why I said you should probably do this first, because what's the point of going to the bunker, go do the mission, and then go back to the bunker when you could just call Agent 14, do this first, and then make it to the bunker, and you go and sell your stuff. All right. Cool. Now, one thing I will say is this, right? Like, you actually have to dodge the cops with this. You can't just call Lester to remove the cops. So, you know, get creative. You just be creative, and yeah, and get rid of the cops, right? If you have to go off-roading for a little bit, so be it. All right. Okay. Cool. We're done with that part. Now, moving on. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about, real quick, we're not gonna stay too long on this, is the truck, right? They just added this in the game. It's an extra feature, one of those extensions to the bunker business, where you can actually, you know, go and deliver this truck, right, to an ammunition store. Now, I'm kind of indifferent about it. I'm not, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not exactly excited about it, nor it's like I don't even really care about it. But I will say this: it does give you something to do when you're unable to log on as a CEO or an MC, right? If there's already too many CEOs and the clubhouses or whatever, you know, motorcycle clubs in the lobby, you can actually do this without actually signing on to be a CEO or an organization, right? You can actually just go ahead and do this. So it gives you something to do. And of course, you know, Agent 14 will call you and he'll tell you where to go and drop it off. So there's no tricks or no tips or anything. It's just avoid getting blown up, right? That's it. You just make sure nobody's around to actually blow you up. And if they do blow you up, you just die. That's it. It's not like you don't lose the, you know, what's in the back of the truck. You can always go back into the bunker and actually resell it, right? Start the mission over. It's kind of like the auto shop where somebody blows up your car. You don't lose out on the stock, right? You just kind of just die. That's it. All right. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. Let's move on. Okay, so the contract is complete. We get paid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and call my personal vehicle. Let's see if we can register as an MC. Yes, we can. Let's do it. So I can call one of my favorite vehicles in the entire game, the Oppressor Mark 1. My favorite. Why? She's just a lot of fun, man. She's a lot of fun. You can glide. You got the boost. It's the best, Jerry. The best. Jerry. All right, so let's go back to the bunker, and now let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this video. I don't know why I just said that, but whatever. Let's just pretend I didn't say it. All right, let's go. Okay, so here comes the best part of this video. Now remember in the beginning I said if this is the first time you're learning that you can actually drive your bike all the way in the back. You should subscribe. Okay, I'm doing it again so you know you actually definitely should subscribe. All right, this is your cue right here, like right now. Subscribe. All right, like it. Okay. All right. Now, if that wasn't good enough, watch this. I'm gonna give you guys some more tips, and trust me, you're gonna like this. You're gonna love this. All right. First thing first. Very quickly, you want to make sure your bunker is fully upgraded. It's one of the best businesses in this game. You can make millions and millions. Look at that. I made almost $268 million with this thing. Now, notice it says sell to Los Santos for 109. That's because I always sell after I buy supplies twice. Okay. Yes, you want to make sure you get the equipment and staff upgrade. You don't need the security upgrade right away. But you make sure you do get it so you can avoid getting raided. And yes, you buy supplies twice, which will take your stock level to about midway, to about halfway. Then you sell. And when you do actually buy supplies twice, there's only 2 missions. If you're playing solo, there's only 2 missions that you should actually go for. It's one that's an insurgent mission, which is only 1 drop per vehicle. You'll get 2 vehicles and 2 drops. Okay, and I'm going to explain why that's okay. And then the other mission you should actually do is the Phantom Wedge mission, which is just 1 drop. The Phantom Wedge mission is 1 drop. Now remember, you get a 30-second head start. So with the Phantom Wedge, after the 30 seconds expire, that's when you actually use Ghost Organization. If you're afraid somebody's actually going to blow you up, you use Ghost Organization, you do that. Here's another thing. Now, you see how they gave me a bad mission, right? They gave me 2 insurgents, but it's 10 drops. Now, you notice how I click on join crew members? Because I have a crew, but I'm the only one in that crew. And I use this as a trick. Now, as a grinder, okay, if you ever find yourself in a lobby, a full lobby, where everybody's minding their business, you can make a lot of money by getting the bonus, and nobody's griefing anybody. That's like the holy grail of lobbies, right? It's the best. So what you do is, if you don't want to lose that lobby after Rockstar gives you a bad mission, you just go make sure your last location is in, for example, we're doing bunker, right? Make sure your last location says bunker, and then click join crew members. What's going to happen is you're going to go in the clouds like it is right now. Then it's going to bring you right back to that same lobby. It's kind of like you were going to switch sessions or switch lobbies, but no. You come back to the same lobby, and this works like 90% of the time, if not 95 or 96%. Sometimes it doesn't work, but that's like once in a while you get like a message saying you couldn't find any of your crew members. But majority of the time, it brings you right back to that same session, so you can actually sell in a full lobby without worrying about getting grief. Now, the reason why I'm going back on the map so you guys can see that I am back in the same lobby with the same players that were already there. Okay, once that happens, you go right back to to the screen, and you go ahead and try to sell. All right, cool. Okay, so now that we're back to our favorite lobby because nobody's bothering us, we're gonna go ahead and sell. Now, remember, there are 2 missions that you should do if you buy supplies twice and you're playing solo. Okay, which is the best way to do this. All right, 2 missions. One is the insurgent, where it's 2 drops, right? It's 2 vehicles, 1 drop each. The other mission that you actually should do is the Phantom Wedge. Anything else Rockstar gives you, get out of the session or do my little trick to come right back to the session, but don't do them. But yeah, this one you can do. Now, the best part about this particular mission, and remember, you get the 30-second head start, right? Before they tell every other player that you're selling stuff. Within that 30 seconds, by the time that 30 seconds is over, you're already going to be halfway there with the first vehicle. So even if you are in a bad session or in a session that you're not sure of that you can get away with it, you can still make that first drop before anybody even gets to you. And then, of course, when you go back to pick up the second vehicle, that's when you can use Ghost Organization if you want to do that. But in this particular lobby, because this lobby is so great, nobody's griefing nobody, I can actually go and sell both vehicles. See, there goes the global signal, right? That 30-second head start I talked about. Yeah, so I can actually go and do both vehicles without using Ghost, without using Ghost. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed through it so you guys can tell that I'm not BSing, right? I'm not lying or whatever. And you guys can see how easy it is and how fun, right? So I'm also showing you guys how to sell in full lobby in the process. Cool. All right. Okay, now that we're actually almost there, this guy on a broomstick just came about out of nowhere, right? And remember what I told you guys, right? They can't lock on when you're in the insurgent. Actually, majority of the missions from the bunker, they can't lock on. So he kept shooting his little missiles, but he kept missing. Like, he was like way off. Like, I was not afraid at all the whole time. And as you guys can tell, no ghost organization, we did it. All right, cool. All right, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video or at least learned something. All right, that's it, guys. You guys have yourself a great day and a great week. I'll see you on the next video. All right, I'm out.